Welcome to another segment of intellectual brainstorming and academic excellence. My name's once again David Oni, and my YouTube channel is a Greater Mindset. If you've not subscribed to that channel, I beg make a subscribe now because this channel is very hot, it's scintillating, it's educative, it is informative, and it is knowledgeable. The hallmark of great mindset is to build finance and to share knowledge. Now, I've just finished a while ago what we call index funds, and now I'll be discussing about mutual funds, which is what I'm actually doing, because there are different types of mutual funds and I'm going to analyze them and explain them into two for you to be able to understand it. But don't forget, I am not your professional or financial advisor. If you need more advice, more on how to invest your money, you need to meet your portfolio manager. Now, let us start now on what we mean by mutual fund. So, when you're talking about a mutual fund is an investment fund that pools money from many investors to purchase what I call securities. So, mutual funds are often classified by their principal investment, which are money market funds, bond or fixed income funds, or stock or equity funds or hybrid funds. I'll be explaining them one after the other. Now, don't forget that I said earlier that the kind of investment I'm actually doing is what I call mutual funds. I'm actually an investor. I'm actually a wealth creator. I'm actually an affluent creator, and I'm also a content creator, and I also practice what I actually preach. So don't think that I am just coming here to come and advise you. I am also an investor and I'm making my money every day. Next month, I'm going to be investing my money into Quantum Zenith. Quantum Zenith. Before, I used to invest my money in in the FBN Edge. That's where I put my money into, and I'm making money every day. Now I want to diversify my portfolio, which is what we call diversification of portfolio, by looking into into Quantum Zenith, because that one is also paying 20.44% interest per annum. That is what we call compound interest. I am a profit maker and I have to look for where I can put my money and make more money for myself. And I'm making money, and I want you also to also make money. So I said that mutual funds can be classified into money market funds. Like under FBNH, we have money market funds, we have a HALA, we have dollar funds, we have fixed income funds, we have a Sharia funds, we have all of them under FBNH, because I also invest my money there. But when you talk about mutual fund, I'm just generalizing it now, and you'll be asking me, but you mentioned only three. Of course, I mentioned money market funds, I mentioned bond or fixed income funds, and I mentioned stock or equity funds or hybrid funds. That does not mean that they are not more than that. They are more than that. So it depends on the company you are actually investing your money. Will be FBNH or Quantum Zenith or Stanbic IBTC investment portfolio. So whichever one you wanted to take, make sure you meet your financial advisor, your portfolio investment financial advisor, to give you more professional advice on what you should actually do to put your money in the right place. But what I am doing is what I call money market funds. So mutual funds are actually regulated by the governmental bodies, and they are required to publish information including performance comparison of performance to benchmark, you understand, fees charged and the securities held. These informations are mandated, they are obligatory, they are compulsory, that they have to publish this information to members of the public so that you can be able to know the stand of the companies you actually want to invest your money, their financial stand, their level of investment, your returns at the end of the day, and so many other things like that, before you can actually invest your money in mutual fund. So the primary structures of mutual funds are open-ended funds. I can remember when I went to I went to Quantum Zenith. She said something. She said open-end funds, and I was kind of shifting. What does she mean by open-end funds? But I know what she was trying to talk about, and she was so surprised When I started lecturing her to, and I have to open up to her that I'm actually an investor, and she was very happy and she felt what comfortable, and both of us were comfortable. And I'll be going back there because I need to see them one on one, so that I can submit my form and I start making my money from Quantum Zenith. 2024 is our year of becoming wealthy. Do you get it now? So let's make that word together. So the primary structure of mutual funds are open-end funds, we have closed-end funds, and unit investment trust. So there are three of them: open-end funds, closed-end funds, and unit investment trust. Now, what do you understand by open-end trust or funds? Open-end funds. It is a collective investment scheme that can issue and redeem shares at any time. So what can issue and redeem shares at any time is open-ended funds. That means that you can issue your shares and you can also redeem that shares at any point in time. So that process is called open-ended funds. Then what is the second one, which is the closed-end funds? It is also known as closed-end mutual funds. So if you are talking about closed-end funds, you can call this closed-end mutual fund. So it's an investment vehicle, that funds or raises capital by issuing a fixed number of shares at its inception, and then invest that capital in financial assets such as stocks and bonds. So when you talk about closed-end funds, it's also known as closed-end mutual funds. So it's an investment vehicle, fund that raises capital by issuing a fixed number of shares at its inception. Don't forget that, at its inception, and then invest that capital in financial assets such as stocks and bonds. So closed-end funds actually invest in stocks and bonds. Now, what are the advantages of mutual funds? Number one, increase opportunity for diversification. I said I'm going to invest my money in Quantum Zenith. What I'm doing is diversification of my investment portfolio for more returns. That means I'm going to get 20% from Airbnb, and I'm going to be getting 20%, 20.44% from Quantum Zenith at the end of the day. And that is what I call more money, more money, more money. It's all about making money as an investor. I could remember when I went to Zenith yesterday and I was at the counter, and the lady was trying to tell me that I should come and buy Zenith Bank shares. And I was just laughing, and she was asking me, why are you laughing? I said, I don't do shares because Nigerian shares are not very, very strong and the returns are not very, very high because of the volatility or the leakage of the system in the Nigerian banking sector. So I told her I'm not going to put my money to Nigerian shares, and she said, then I asked her, I said, do you do mutual funds or ETFs or index funds? And she was looking at me, how do I know index funds? I said, man, I'm actually an investor and I want to invest my money. And she said, no problem, go to Quantum Zenith. And I went there and make my inquiry. I sat down with them for about 30 minutes. We discussed at length, and I decided I'm going to put my money into Quantum Zenith. That is what we call diversification of investment portfolio for more profit. Because when you are investing your money, to get to a point that you need to diversify and put your money into other forms of investment to make more money. 2024, don't forget, is a year of making money. So number one advantage is that it increases opportunity for diversification. Then we have what we call daily liquidity. Then we have what we call professional investment management, which is number three. Number four, ability to participate in longer investment. And number five, what we call service and convenience. Number six, government oversight. That's government actually regulates them, the activities. Then number seven, transparency and ease of comparison. Ease of comparison means that we have different options. Don't forget, we have what we call money market funds. We have number two, we have what we call bonds or fixed income funds. Then we have what we call number three, stocks or equity funds or hybrid funds. So the options actually just meet your portfolio manager for more professional advice. Now let us classify them. Classification of funds. That is, let me quickly explain them what I mean by that. so that we can talk about what we mean by money market funds, we can talk about what we mean by bonds or fixed funds, or what we mean by hybrid funds. So let us quickly talk about them now. So I will start with number one, which is what we call money market funds. So it actually invests in money market instruments, which are fixed income securities with a short time to maturity and high credit quality. Look at that definition. So when you talk money market funds, you're talking about an investment money market instrument, which are fixed income security with a short time to maturity and high credit quality. And that's why if you're actually investing your money into what money market funds, you have your gains on daily basis, and your income is actually what fixed based on what on the market regulatory system, or how the market is actually faring. I could remember when I started some time ago, the percentage was actually 10 point something percent, then it increased to 12 point something percent. Now it is 20%. Now Quantum Zenith is offering 20.44% for investment on returns of what on the investment per annum. That is big money for me, and that's why I will not put my money in the bank or savings account, because it will not generate any money for me at the end of the day, but rather the banks are making profits on my expense, and I don't like that. I need to make money for myself, and that's why I will actually invest my money as an investor. So under money market funds, you have high credit quality, and a short time to maturity period for money market funds. Number two is what I call bonds. Number two is what I call bonds. Now, when you talk about bonds, it invests in what I call fixed income and debt security. It can be classified or divided according to number one, the specific types of bond owned, such as high yield or junk bond. Number two, investment grade corporate bonds. Or number three, government bonds or municipal bonds. So the type, it is based on what on the specific type of what of bonds which are actually owned. Then number two, which is B, the maturity of what of the bonds held, such as short, intermediate, or what or long-term investment. So then number three, the country of issuance of the bonds. Then number four is what I call the tax treatment of the interest received, such as taxable or tax exemption. Now let us go to the third one, which is what I call a stock fund. Stock funds or equity funds invest in common stocks. Do you understand that? So when about stock funds, you are talking about an investment or equity funds that invest in what in common stocks. Stock funds may focus on a particular area of the stock market, such as number one, stock from only a certain industry. Number two, stock from a specified country. Number three, stocks of companies experiencing what we call stronger growth. Number four, stock paying high dividends that provide income. Number five, stocks within a certain market capitalization range. Now let me talk about the fourth one, which is where I'm going to stop, which is the hybrid stock. I've mentioned it before. I mentioned money market fund, I mentioned fixed funds, and I mentioned what we call a hybrid fund. So hybrid funds, actually invest in both funds and stock, or in convertible securities. Do you understand now? And these securities include number one, balance funds, asset allocation funds, convertible bonds funds, target dates or target risk fund, and the lifestyle funds. Now, the performance of hybrid funds can be explained by the combination of some certain things. Number one of them is what so-called stock factor. Number two is what we call bond factor. Number three is what we call option factor, and then number four is what I call the fund factor. So these are actually what the mutual funds is actually talking about. In a nutshell, what we're saying is that the mutual funds is actually a fund that can generate you money over a short, intermediate, or long-term situation, depending on your options. Do you understand? That's why it's an open-end system or a closed-end system. I mentioned that earlier. Open-end system or a closed-end system. Then apart from that, you can be rest assured right now in Nigeria that you're actually investing your money in what in mutual funds. The funds are not the same. the funds are not the same. For example, we have what we call money market fund. Money market funds is actually the one that is paying about 20 point something percent now. Money market funds. We have what we call fixed income funds. The funds are not the same. It might be higher or be lower. We also have what we call ALA. We have dollar, we have euro, depending on your options. You understand now? But the mode of payment or the amount of money that you get as a return on investment, they are not the same. But the highest among them is the money market funds, and that's why anytime I'm investing my money, I'm always investing my money in money market funds where I will get 20 point something percent as a return on portfolio investment. Don't forget, I said that in a period of inflation, some people are making money. And don't forget, I said that in an economic system, we have what we call the consumer, the investors, and the entrepreneur. I am an investor. We have those that are actually entrepreneurs, but actually everybody is a consumer because we are all buying goods and services. But in an inflationary period, those that are actually creating more wealth are those that are actually investing. While other people are complaining about money, if you're actually an investor, money is actually growing and creating more value for you in such an economic situation. And that is capitalism for you. It is actually programmed to be in a way that those that will actually gain in this system are those that have what we call financial education. So capitalism, if you're in the capitalist economy and you don't have financial education, there's going to be a problem because you will not know where to put your money and make more money for yourself. But if you have financial education in this capitalist economy, we rest assured that you're going to make more money. And that is why a great mindset, David Oni Ruiz, is actually there to open your mindset and make you see the opportunities around you so that you not go and pass you by. So once you know this opportunity, meet your portfolio investment manager and invest today and start making your millions and start making your millions. It is possible. You can be wealthy, you can be rich, you can make it in life. Do you understand now? I can remember some time ago, some few months back, some people came to my office, about 5 of them, and they came to come and discuss on how to actually buy stocks, and they were talking about stocks in the, I think, Stanbic IBTC, and I was just smiling. They were actually big men, but I knew what they were talking about, and I know where they were starting, and I know where they were actually going because I have been in the game. Do you understand? But it's not everybody that has an idea about this, except few people. Except you are knowledgeable, then you might be spending your money and be complaining every time. Because why? Inflation is eating deep into your money. So if your money is actually in a savings account, it will not generate any value for you. It will not create any wealth for you. You have to put that money where that money should be working for you. Money should be growing for you now. Money should be growing for you. And the way where money can actually grow for you is when you actually invest your money. So start investing today and start making your millions today. Till we meet next time, I remain your humble, loyal, dedicated, pragmatic, inventive, innovative David Oni. My YouTube channel is a great mindset. Till I see you next time, thank you to all my returning subscribers. I bless you with the peace of the Lord. I appreciate you guys. You guys are wonderful. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. And as you subscribe, God will bless you and open your eyes of understanding. Till we meet next time, I say a very big thank you to all. God bless Nigeria. God bless Lagos State. God bless the world. Thank you and God bless you all. Bye-bye.